Okay, so good morning everyone. So myself Vishwanath Modi. So I have totally 8 years of IT experience in a full stack web development. Okay, so today we are going to start a demo session on like React.js. Okay, so I'm going to start a see. I'm going to start this demo session, keeping in mind all you are like freshers. You don't know nothing, and you are going to start as a React.js web developer. Okay, so let's start with some technical steps here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start with a new session. So here it is so first I will introduce myself about the company. So so Bitstream IO Technology is a company where we used to do a corporate training and placement and consulting services. Okay, so here, what if you go to our websites, you will get to know about the company, and we have done a corporate training on different clients and with the different content, with the Capgemini, Mindtree, Emphasis, Cognizant, and many more companies. Even we used to do courses as like we are doing now. And if you go for the services, we are doing these are all the services. And if you go for the portfolio, you will get to know what and all we have done here. So we have done the corporate training for the different um, companies and the colleges, and we used to do internship program for the different organizations, and we used to do placement. So we had only few many placement cards here. We have many more students they have placed. So you had to add to the website. So these are all our partners, and this is all about the brief introduction of Bitstream IO. And the next is, so today I am going with the React.js session. Okay, what is the React.js and what is a MERN stack session? So you told that okay, React.js, what is a MERN stack? Yeah, I will give a conclusion at the end point. So a React.js is the framework, sorry, library which is used to create a web pages or create a web application or a website. Okay, so here let's go with the one by one. So just yeah, let's go with the one by one. So before that, we will understand what is the general point. Okay. So what is the general point we are going to understand? So every application is divided into three part. Okay. What is one called a front end, one called a back end, one called a database. Okay. So let's. I am going with some paint here. You will get to know. Okay. So as I told here, every application is divided into front end, back end, a database. Okay, so what is the front end, what is the back end, and what is the database? I am going to explain you. Let's say you have a a Facebook page. Let's say you have a Facebook page, right? Everybody is having a Facebook page or anything. The front end is the one thing. Front end is the one thing, so it is visible part for you. Anything. If you go for the Netflix, and if you go for the Hotstar, okay. So if you go for the Netflix, Hotstar, everything, anything it is visible on the browser or a you, so that is called a front end. Okay, so this is called a front end. Then what is the back end? Let's say you have a Netflix account. Okay, just you are going to sign in and you are putting your username and password. Let's as whatever it is. Once I click here, so it is hitting to the backend. So this is called a backend. So what is the use of backend? So let's say I am going to log into the Facebook page. I am putting a username and password here in the front end, and it is hitting to the backend database. So that backend database, it will validate. What to validate? So it will validate. Okay, let's say this is let's say ABC123 is the username and password. So he will enter with the username and password. Let's say this is the login page. This is the Facebook login page, and this is the backend, and this is the database Azure. Okay, so every application is divided into three parts. So front end, what is the front end? Let's say your Facebook login page. Okay, so you are putting your username and password. Once you put a password, that request is coming to where? That is called a backend. Okay, so backend what will do? It will take your username and password and it will check the database. Where is the database? Here it will be a database. So it will check the database. Okay, the ABC and 123 password is there in my database or not. Okay, if if they're in the database, it will return with a one output to backend, and backend will return a here. Got it? So you are putting your username and password. Okay, you are just a minute. So you are putting a username and password that is hitting to the database. So let's say myself is Vishwanath and I am putting my password as a 12345. So it is going here into the backend logic. What is the backend? So backend is again is the programming language. It is validate your username and password. If the user where it will be stored a username and password, here it will be stored as a username and password. So once you enter username and password, data backend it will take your username and password and it will check for the database. If it is a data, if there is a data, then it will coming here. Let's say the Facebook login page. My name is Vishwanath and password is 123. So it is going to the backend. So backend it will validate okay Vishwanath and 123 password is there or not. Where it is that data should be stored? It is in the database. If the data is in the database, it will give the all your profile information. It will open your a dashboard page. So what dashboard it will contains? So dashboard is contains your like a profile information and your all your about us and your pictures, comments, likes, and everything. It will be a store. Okay. Got it. So what happens if the username password wrong? If I Vishwanath, instead of 1234, I will type like 123456. So again that request is coming to the backend. So backend will check for the database. Okay, Vishwanath and 123456. Yes, wrong data. And it will send like that. Okay, there is a no data, and the backend it will send the data like that. Okay, you have a invalid credential or something like that. It will show. Okay, so this is called a front end. So front end is the one thing, anything visible for us through browser, that is called a front end. So back end is the core functionality part. So that will be kept in the server or a local machine wherever. Okay, so that will perform your business logic. Okay, so it will give the response and request and it will perform some logic, anything like file load, file upload, and so many things, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or video streaming, so many things. So this is the database. Why we need a database? So let's say your Facebook page means okay, in the, all over the world, close together people they are using a Facebook page. So like for Vishwanath, I'm using from 6 to 7 years Facebook or with my ID. So all the information is stored into one database. This is called a one rack. Okay, so that is why we need a database. You got right. So in our home cupboards will be there. Why we need a cupboards? The cupboards is the one thing we can store our clothes or we can keep our clothes categorize. If you directly dump everything means it is difficult to catch or take it. So got it. So here what we got to know. So front, okay, every application, not only like if you take a Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, Uber Eats, Ola, any software application, you can see minimum three things. One is a front end, one is a back end, one is a database. Okay, I will show again with some of the example. So this is called a front end. So if I give a correct username and password, what it will tell? Okay, it is redirected to my dashboard. What is a my dashboard? What are the movie sees and everything? It will give the information. Okay, this is a wrong email ID. So if I click means it will throw an error. Okay, see here this error. So who is giving error? So backend is giving error. Where is the backend? The backend is in the cloud. You got it? So this is called a front end, and every application is divided into front end, back end, database. So where is the database concept here? All your movies are and username and password, where it is stored? It is stored in a database. So database is nothing but it is a storage space. So it will store all type of your information, whether it is your name or email or anything, audio, video, GIF and files and PDF files, Word file, everything is storing into database. So the database is something called a storage device. If you go for the Hotstar, so again same. If I go for the login, again it is the front end. Anything it is visible front end. So let's say if you go for any Kannada news channel also. So if you go for the anything, not YouTube, let's say public TV. This is also a website. Okay, so this is also front end only. So all the information is coming. If you want to see the district wise, this one, who is giving data? This data. So this data is stored into a database. From the database, it is fetching and showing the like this. Okay, so got it. So we got to know what is the application. So application is nothing but software application. It includes the front end, a back end, a database. Okay, the front end is a one thing, it is visual for us, and the back end is a one thing, it is perform the business logic, and the database is one thing which will store your user information. Let's say one realistic example. With the front end, I am going to log into a Facebook page. What is the what we are doing in the front end? You are putting your username and password. When you submit, it is coming to the back end. So back end it will check for the your username password. It will go for the database. It will search for your username password. If it is contains, it will return here and it will return from here, and it will give the all your profile information. Okay, if you give a wrong information, wrong username and password, it will coming here and it will check for the database. Okay, this username and password is there or not. If not, it is a throwing error. Okay, you have put a wrong username and password. Okay, so you are going to learn now is the front end. Okay. Then why I'm telling this one back end and database? See, this is the ultimate goal. After 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, you have to become a full stack developer. But you are starting a career as a ReactJS web developer. Okay. So your course or a training is going on a front end. So that is called a ReactJS. Okay. So future in the all the companies, they are expecting a front end back end database developer. So that's why I'm adding a demo in this demo session. I'm giving all the information. So as I told, no, so you are completely, I thought like you're non-technical or technical, or you have a little bit idea. So I'm going to give a complete idea of the application, software application. So that is called a front end back end database. The next we are going with the what is a full stack. Okay, so if you know, no, this is the front end and back end and database, that is called a full stack. The full stack is a one thing, the front end skill set. The front end is one thing, it is visible for us. Back end is one thing, it will perform some business logic. And database is one thing, and so it will store your database. So that is all about a full stack. And what are all the languages are there? What is the language? See, let's say we have a language called Kannada, English, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, like that many more. Okay, like that, to write an application or build an application, we have a different languages. So this is called a programming languages. Okay, here it is a front end language is called a HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, React or Angular JS. Okay, so these are all the front end languages. Okay, see, don't worry, you are not going to all deeply all the languages. Just a knowledge purpose, I am demonstrating. So front end is the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, React. You are going to learn these things. Okay, within a 2 months of a span. So you are going to learn these things. These are all the Angular views. And what is you might have a question? What is the question? See, as like you have a phones like Android, you have in Android also Redmi is there, Oppo is there, Vivo is there, OnePlus is there, iPhone is there. Like that also, the programming languages also having a different languages. So we are going to learn in the training session is called a HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap and React. In the React again, React, Redux, hooks we are going to learn. So this is all about the front end. So what is the front end? The front end is the one thing, anything visible for you through a browser or Chrome browser, Mozilla Firefox or Internet Explorer or MSN browser, wherever. So anything it is visible for you guys, that is called a front end. The next is coming to the backend. So backend also again we have different languages. You might heard about Java or .NET or Node.js, Python, Deno, PHP. Again the backend is the one thing. So it will perform a business logic. What is a business logic? As I told you, you are entering a username and password and it has to be validated. So that logic is written in a backend. So that is called a backend. Got it? So again, we have like a Redmi, Oppo, different versions, Android, iOS, mobile as well. No? So again, we have Java, different languages. So this is a we have a, completed about which are the languages in the front end and back end. The next is will come for the database. Okay, why we need a database? So database is the sense. So similar, just I will reference to your real life. Okay, you have a cupboard in a home. Why we need a cupboard? So you want to keep your dress and all, right? Directly, if you throw directly in room means how it will be. So it is not an organized manner. So database is one thing. It is used to store your information. Take any application. If you take a video application, all your semester marks is stored into the database. Okay. Let's say. So again, as like a different database are there, MongoDB is there, Firebase, MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL. So these are all the different databases. Let's say I will give one more example. So this is the front end. Let's say you are opening your BE student, you are opening your VTU website. You are putting your USN and you are submitting a request. So that is the front end part is over. Once you submit, that request is coming to the back end. It will check for the your USN like 1RR 08CS 0404 something like that. So it will check the back end program will check for the database. Okay. So for this USN, so send me the mask cards. So that mask card it is coming to the backend. Again, backend is sending to the front end. Got it? So, so this is all about a full stack. Full stack is a sense a front end, a back end, a database. And what are all the languages? Front end is these languages, back end is these languages, and database is these languages. Again, we have so many languages, but these are all the priority one or a top one. Okay. So why we have to learn, sir? I want to learn only front end, and why to see competition is more. You have to learn. So you have to start with the React.js and see in React.js so you will get a 10 lakh or 20 lakh package. If you learn backend also, that is good for you. See, let's say if you go if you see some buses having a conductor driver, only one guy will be there. So he will get a double salary. So either you can go with a conductor or a driver, his choice is yours. So just it is a knowledge I am sharing you guys. Okay. So after 5 years or 10 years, you want to become a full stack developer means, or you have to become a full stack developer, but you have to start a career with a React. Okay. So next I am going with the. So sir, you are telling these many languages, and can you suggest me which one I have to choose? Yes. See, I have about 9 years of IT experience. I work for the IBM, Netcracker, and Capgemini, and many more companies. So, based on that knowledge, I have some technical stacks. You have to do is this is a mean or mer. Okay. The front end already see front end is common. The front end is HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, React. Okay. You forget about Angular. So, a JavaScript. So JavaScript need to be added. We forgotten. So JavaScript is the one thing. It is the whole life you are going to work with. Okay. So JavaScript is the a language you are going to work with a language. So whole life. And this is the backend is Node.js. Okay. Why we are choosing a Node.js only? You already learned in the React, so that is a JavaScript. Again, backend also JavaScript. Okay, why you have to learn JavaScript? Okay, let's say you are getting a 4 lakh package as a React.js developer. Okay, then if you know backend also again 4 lakh, 8 lakh package will be happen for you. Okay, then MongoDB and Firebase. Okay, why you choose this one only? Again, this is a JSON data type of a structure. Okay, you know it about our JSON and all. So this is the similar. It is easy to learn these skill set or a stack. Okay, M for the MongoDB, E for the Express. This is a coming with a Node.js, A for the Angular, and N for the Node. Okay, so including all those things, it is going to full stack developer. Let's say 4 lakh front end, 4 lakh backend, 4 lakh database, totally 12 lakh package for minimum 2 to 3 years. I am telling the minimum scale. One of my friend it is getting a 40 lakh package for this skill set. Okay, so each is having a different learning skills and learning curve, so it depends. So I'm not telling that okay immediately you have to start. So either 4 years or 5 years later you have to be become a mean stack or merge stack developer. Okay, the next is why to choose a React only? We have other what I can other languages are there. Okay, so you have some choice as well. No, why you have to choose for the OnePlus only? Why you have to choose for the Redmi only? Why Vivo or Oppo or like iPhones or so many Moto? So you have some priorities, no? So after finding the priorities and all, so we are choosing with the React.js. Why React? The React.js is developed by the Meta or a Facebook. Okay, so React.js is a free and open source front-end JavaScript library for building a user interface based on UI component, which is maintained by the Meta, a rich user interface. Okay, so you can get a rich user interface means so UI will be a very rich developer community. Okay, so developer community means a group. Okay, React.js developer community has used over 40k readily available. See, 40k readily available components, everything is ready, so you have to use it. So faster development and trusted by the great companies. Okay, so we are going. Okay, what are the great companies? You might heard about PayPal, LinkedIn, Netflix, Uber. All are using a React.js. So that is I am telling you a React.js. React.js. Then next we are going with the merge stack. Okay, we are understanding the merge stack detail. Okay, so our part is like that React.js. So a React.js is a free and open source front-end JavaScript library for building a user interface based on a UI component. It is maintained by the Meta and community of individual developers and companies. Okay, so this is our part. This is the front-end part we are learning. And the Node.js is the again a JavaScript runtime environment, so backend runtime environment that runs on the V8 engine and executes the JavaScript. So here you have a 4 lakh package and here you have a 8 lakh package. So Express is coming with a along with the backend only. So again it is a one framework, that's it. Okay. Then the MongoDB is a open sourcely available class platform document oriented database program classified as a NoSQL database program. MongoDB uses a JSON-like a document with optional schema. MongoDB is developed by the MongoDB Inc. Okay, so you are starting with the React.js. You already fit in a React.js and learning a backend JS is not a big deal. So you easily can learn. And MongoDB is a JSON data like then it is easy to develop a application using a MongoDB. So next we are going with the okay. So then I have to choose a front end or back end. You have a question. Okay. So you might heard about you might heard about a Java or Node.js, Python or .NET or PHP. You might heard. Okay. Let's say in Bangalore 10 lakh companies are there. So out of 10 lakh, uh, 20% means 2 lakh is PHP, 2 lakh Java, 2 lakh Node.js, 2 lakh Python, and 2 lakh .NET. Okay, totally 10 lakh companies they are using a different languages. For all 10 language 10 lakh companies they need a react this skill set, the front end skill set. Okay, for PHP company also you need, .NET company also you need, Python company also you need, and Java company also you need, and Node.js company also you need. What I am going to tell, so you have to start a career with the front end with the JavaScript library. So all 10 lakh companies they need a front end. Okay, what if I start with the Java companies, 2 lakh companies only they are capable to hire, because I know Java, then I want to work React means it is difficult. It is not able to do. Okay, I know Java means I want to work for PHP means it is not possible. You know Java means you have to work on Java company. So you are restricted to only a 2 lakh companies. So that's why if you start with this one, either you can directly go with the Node.js. Okay, you already know front end. You are available for all the 10 lakh companies. Even added advantage you know about Node.js also means you are higher priority for this section. Or if you learn the Java means you are higher priority for this 2 lakh companies. Your .NET priority means so here you are a priority. So you have to start with the front end with the React.js. Okay. So again we have Angular is there, Vue is there here. Okay. Okay. So you are also going to start. That is the secondary part. But see HTML, CSS, JavaScript is there. No. From past 30, 40 years, the application built. No. It is used HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Without these things, there is no application. Okay. The next is so application. Okay. So then I want to choose a React. Then what is the showcase of a React.js? Okay. You might heard about a Dropbox. So Dropbox is made with a React. Dropbox is a web-based file hosting services. And you know Instagram. No, everyone is know Instagram is an online um, like audio, video sharing content and social and entertainment. So Instagram, and you know about Netflix. The Netflix with built with the React, and the Pinterest. So Pinterest user can upload the save sort of their images and all, and the WhatsApp web version. Okay, WhatsApp web you are using, no, so that is built with the React.js, and the PayPal. So this is the online payment services that is also built with the this one. What I can say, React.js, and Uber Eats. Uber Eats you might heard about the Facebook Messenger. Okay, so Facebook Messenger, Facebook Web is developed with the React. Got it? See, I have a lakhs together companies. So just I have mentioned the Fortune 500 companies. Got it? The next is again, sir. I already okay. I am comfortable and I have a 2 years or 3 years experience with React. So I want to move back and miss. So just you have to. We need to see the what is the showcase of a backend Node.js. So again the PayPal. So PayPal is a one thing. This is the online payment. LinkedIn you might heard about like job search and many things. Yahoo you might heard of. So Yahoo is an American multinational company. So it is using the backend as Node.js. So Mozilla is the browser. So that is also it is using the Node.js. And Netflix backend. See, this Netflix is the front end. What is visible? So backend is the Netflix. So it will store your video and all everything. So that is using the Node.js. PayPal again backend, Uber backend, and GoDaddy is the domain registration company that is also using the Node.js. Okay, so for this skill set, front ends you are getting a 4 lakh, and this is called a 4 lakh. You are like a 8 lakh package you are getting. The next is a database. So database is one thing. MongoDB. So MongoDB again, MongoDB other databases also there, but I will suggest to use a MongoDB and a Google. You might I don't want to explain about a Google is using a MongoDB. Google everyone is know. EA means you might see in the EA games, no, the world's best-selling sports video game franchise series in MongoDB. You might using some EA games and all, so that is why you're using the MongoDB. Thermo Fisher is a this is also a uh, bank related, and the SAP. So SAP is this is also one company they are using the uh, MongoDB, and Cisco is the networking services, so that is using the MongoDB, Adobe is using a MongoDB is the content management, and eBay is as like a Flipkart is there. No, eBay is a foreign e-commerce company. They are using a MongoDB. So Gap, you might heard about the T-shirt, no? So they are using a MongoDB. Barclays is a bank. KPMG is a bank. So these are all the MongoDB. Again, so we have a thousands of companies they are using. So just I am mentioning the Fortune 500 companies. Okay, even that there is a five hardly 10 I am mentioning. Okay, the next is okay, sir. I have learned with React.js front end. I know full stack also, back end also. So I want to for change. I want to do an app development. That is also easy. Why? Because again using a React Native, React.js. If you know React.js means React Native. Already you learn React Native. It's almost all similar, 80%. So you can become an app developer, Android app developer, iOS app developer, web developer. Got it? Only a JavaScript framework that is called a React.js. If you learn this one, then definitely you can become a Android, iOS, or web developer. Okay. Okay. So then where I have to start? Whether I have to start a front end or back end? Yes. Choosing a career with a front end with even a React.js. The best approach to start a career. Every backend language is having a common language called a common language. So let's say backend languages are Java, Python, PHP, .NET for all .NET. Okay, so these are all the having a front end is a common language. The basic front end language is HTML5, CSS3, HTML5, CSS3, Bootstrap 4, AngularJS, ReactJS, Vue.js. Okay, so these are all the front end languages. So then we are coming with a conclusion. Okay, so what happens? We have start with the career level. Okay, so it is if you start with the front end developer also. So then let's click here. Okay, see here. If you go for the javascript.com, 14 lakh 44,231 libraries are there for JavaScript. Okay, so why I am telling JavaScript in the sense, so React.js is the one of them is the, let's say 230 14 lakh 230 14 lakh 44,230 means the 231 library is the React.js. So React Native. So JavaScript is after 25 years of journey, it is having these many languages. Okay. So next is the next is easy to become a Node.js because already you have no front end JavaScript library, and the backend also is it is easy to learn, and you can become a React Native web developer also. Okay, app development. See here, only one code. So you are doing a JavaScript, only one code. See, this is for a Android. This is for the sorry. This is for the iOS. This is for the Android. This is for the web. Okay. So only one code base. Okay. Only one code base and fetching a multiple working with the multiple devices. So you don't need to learn some other languages. Only you are learning with the only one JavaScript. If you study React.js, and it is easy to become an app developer also. iOS, Android, web. Let's say again, if you iOS developer, you will get a 3 lakh, and Android developer, you might get a 3 lakh, and web developer 3 lakh. Again, 9 lakh, you will get a front end only. So why I'm telling again React.js. So React.js is the future. So I am going to see. I have explained about the full stack. Why? Because so React.js is the future. Okay. So like that. So we have so many things in this one. In this one. So Instagram is there. No, Instagram is built with this language only. Okay. So using this React Native only, they have built a Instagram app is there, no? Android app, Android and iOS that is built with a React Native. So that is called a React JavaScript framework only. The next is so some people you might have look, sir, I want to learn a blockchain or machine learning, AI, deep learning. Yes, you can do with a JavaScript framework. See here, this is the TensorFlow is the one website, one company that is handled by the Google. So here it is, see is JavaScript. So if you see here, so these are all the machine learning, deep learning project. See if the dog will come, see it will detect the metal. See tree and person wings, it will detect. So these are all the machine learning projects. So that is also built with a, a JavaScript libraries. So why I'm telling ReactJS? So ReactJS is a JavaScript library. So by that you are going to become a machine learning, deep learning, AI developer also, and you can develop a blockchain. So blockchain is again on the blockchain again is the one domain. So that is go. See, blockchain is the one thing, it is going to be the future. Where and all, see, Bitcoin you might see the airdrop, these are all the blockchain concept. So where and all we are using a blockchain, see, banking, cyber security, supply chain management, forecast, networking, insurance, private, online data, charity voting. So this is the future, okay? In India, there is a still 5 to 10 years. The India, it will taking this technology into adoption. Okay, so this is all about today's session. Okay, so what and all I am going to recap once again. So this is all about JavaScript. Then what we are going to learn in this in React, React, Redux, hooks, sagas, and context API. So this is we are going to learn. Okay, so just I am going to recap once again. Okay, so our we are going to learn with the React.js. Yes, fine. So why I'm going to explain the merge stack means, see, React.js is the front-end JavaScript library. Okay, so that is what we are going. So JavaScript library. So work with starting with a career is the best approach. So why I'm telling a merge stack session? Merge stack means so you already learned with the front end and moving to the back end database is easy. So your career path goal will be like this after 4 years or 5 years like that. So we got to know what is the front end back end database. The front end is the one thing it is visible for us, and the back end is the one thing we are keeping some business logic, and database is the one thing which will store the database. The next we are going to see the what are all the full stack languages. Again, the front end languages we have HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, React, Angular, Java, Vue.js. As like we have a different mobile, there no Android, iOS. If you go for the cars like Santro is there, so many other cars are there, Ferrari is there, Bentley is there. Like that also we have a different languages. So these are all the front end languages. The back end is again Java, .NET, these are all the back end languages. So back end as I told to perform a business logic. A database is again we have a different type of databases to store the databases. So every language and everything is having a pros and cons, or advantages and disadvantages. Okay, then which career path we have to see? The merge stack or mean stack choosing a career is very good because so it is easy to learn, and we have to build a scalable application having the advantages. Okay, and this is the full stack. This is the front end HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, React, and back end is Node.js, database, MongoDB, Firebase. So Firebase is again handled by the Google. Then why to choose a React? So it is developed by the Meta or a Facebook. So we have a Facebook is means every day we are going to use a one time, that is a Facebook or WhatsApp or all application built with the React. So that is I am telling it we have to start with the React. So this is all the advantages we already discussed. Then what is the details about the Node? What is the React.js? What is the Node.js? What is the Express and what is the MongoDB? We all seen. The next is okay. I have to start with the back end or the front end. You are thinking means then already explained. So for all your backend languages, the common is a front-end language with a React or a Angular or Vue.js. Okay, so minimum you have to start a career with the here. Okay, the next is application made with a React. Okay, Dropbox, WhatsApp, Instagram, PayPal, Netflix, Uber, Eats, Pinterest, Facebook. These are all the minimum. If you just Google it, you have get the thousands of companies they are using a React and Node.js. Again, PayPal, Netflix, LinkedIn, Yahoo, Uber, Mozilla, GoDaddy. And again, coming to the MongoDB, Google, Adobe, EA, eBay, Thermo Fisher, Cap, and SAP and Backlight, and Cisco and KPMG. And so you can become an app developer also if you wish to using this JavaScript framework. The next is choosing a career means, as I told, the front end only. So this is all about a conclusion. So what I given. So you can become a machine learning developer also. You can become a blockchain developer also, and you can become a developer also. You can become a app developer also. So these are all the so many advantages are there with the JavaScript. Okay. Okay. So this is the all about this one. So I think so. This is all about the session I want to demonstrate you guys. So you people till now you have gone through this session. So if you have any doubt, means you can raise the question. Okay. So do you have any like doubts in this one? Sushma, Bhagyashri, Pradyumna, Chaitra, Ganvesh, Sridhar, and three more others are there. So I sorry to I couldn't take the names. Okay. Anyone having any doubts in means anything, so you can ask me. Okay, I am ready to answer for you guys. Either you can text or anything. Any doubts? Chaitra? Okay, Sridhar? Yeah, Vishwas? Okay. And Bhagyashri, do you have any doubts? Shushma? Okay, so and we have some placement records also. So if you go over Facebook, this one. So you are going to see all our places student details here. So for the last batches, we have places for many students. So last month only, 3 weeks ago, this is the. So these are all the places student. So still we have a form, few more images. So weekly we are going to upload one by one. Okay. So these are all the data. So we have uploaded. Okay. These are all the places student with us. Okay, so and so what is the process every day? Okay, I am going to explain you guys. So every day I am going to train for 1 hour. After that, so we are going to share the recorded video. So this is all about our playlist video. So this is all about let's say last batch video. Where is that? Yeah, React March batch. So if you see here, so we have all recorded video we are going to share you guys. So this is for the HTML, and this is the CSS, and this is the uh, JavaScript. So like that we are going to okay. So this is all about we are going to share the. So every day we are going to 1 hour training session, and after that we are going to show the recorded video. Okay.